Yo, how's it going? So in this video, I'm going to talk about living on your own, living with other people, and basically what you need to know before moving out and living on your own. Because I don't even like that term. It doesn't really make sense. Living on your own. I don't think you should ever live on your own. You should always be around a good environment and a good amount of people with you. So basically, I'm going to share my story first. I went to college. Living situations there, was shit. I don't know how people think it's, so fun. I guess the people make it. At the end of the day, it's not even about where it is. If anything, they give you the shittiest place to live, and you make the most out of it with the people that are in it. Which, yeah, so I basically graduated college, and then I was like, I'm not going back to my parents' house. And then basically, I'm actually going to start off my current situation. So I'm living with my family right now. I just moved in for, I think it was a month or two ago. And I've been why is my camera shaking? Hopefully it's not shaking too much. I've been way more productive, way more focused, way more happy than when I was living alone in my apartment. And I lived in my apartment for a year and 10 months, paid every single month on time, and it was $1,700 a month. I was just paying that shit. Some things it did help was, it made me realize I can do this. I can spend $1,700 a month just to live, just to work, and just to sleep. That was the easy part. I didn't have confidence, and I didn't really know if I could do it. And I did for a year and 10 months. There wasn't any more proof that I could do it, that I could live on my own. But was I actually happy besides proving myself? Not really. It was pretty boring living by myself. And where I got this idea of this video was I was watching Brez's interview, which that's just a business friend, somebody I know. But he was talking about how he was living in a penthouse with his friends, people he worked with, which when he was living over there, I don't know, it was in Colorado, I forgot, Nevada. I actually liked that. And I knew some people that, could have lived with him, blah, blah, blah. But basically, I knew he was going to succeed when he moved in there. Because I was like, damn, his environment, if he plays it right, which I thought he did, it's going to really, really work out. Because he has a bunch of killers living with him. And by killers, I mean people that are very productive in the same journey as him. And they're all going to help each other and work. So from the outside perspective, I was like, damn, that's where I'm trying to be at. Because I had an apartment, but I was living by myself. And that shit wasn't fun at all. Low key, it wasn't fun. And I'm going to give my opinion on what I think the best living situations are. Worst situation is you're living with people that have negative energy, that bring you down, a bad environment. That's probably the worst situation you can be in. So better than that would be living on your own. Removing yourself from an environment you don't want to be in. Living on your own is the next best thing. Which I'm lucky my family environment was really, really good. It wasn't for that reason I was trying to move out. I was moving out for societal, I don't know, that's what everybody wants you to do for some reason. If you're successful, you want to move out. blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not even that, all that. And that's the next step. I would say living on your own. You don't have any negative influences, but you don't have any positive influences either. Best scenario is living with people in the same journey, in the same path that uplift you or that make you happier or motivate you. That's probably the best case scenario, which if you think about it, that's how we should live, is with a group of people that uplift you. A clan. People that actually help you. If you leave somebody alone in the wilderness, 9 times out of 10, they're going to die. If you leave 2 people in the wilderness, the chances of survival increase dramatically. I don't have any statistics, but just hear me out, okay? The more groups of people there are, the higher likelihood of success than if you're just by yourself. That's facts for survival, and that's facts also for just growth. I was reading the book 80-20 Rule. It's way easier to grow if the people around you are also growing, because you're just going up with them. You don't even have to work as hard. If your boss, you don't even have to be self-employed. If your boss or if you're working for somebody that they're on the right path, they're growing exponentially, it's way better to go along with the stream with him than to try to create your own stream. If you join a company that only has 10 members and it's the next Facebook, you know the first 30 employees of Facebook are all millionaires? Something like that. If you stick around, you're also going to be uplifted, and you don't even have to do that much more effort. What do you think is harder? Working for Facebook, listening to, I don't know his name, listening to the CEO and just growing with the company to becoming a millionaire, multi-millionaire, by just working at a company? Or trying to start your own Facebook? Or trying to start your own something? Same thing why do you think everybody that was successful had a successful mentor as well? Because you help your mentor, the more he grows, the more you're going to grow, because you're the next one up. So that's what I was going to say, is when you live with people, and I was listening to his interview with Pierre, they were talking about how living alone, they didn't have no motivation to work. They would low-key slack off on working. And then that's why now they're moving back in, living in a house with multiple people, surrounding yourself with people to work more. If in your environment it's normal to work 12 hours effectively and actually growing yourself, then you're just gonna think it's normal. I've been living in environments where working 5 hours, you were seen as insane. You're like, why are you working so much? In college. Like, why are you working so much? Come here and sit in the couch. You're weird. I was like, in my head, I was like, am I actually weird? Like, why am I out here working when all my roommates are watching TV, smoking? Why am I weird? Am I actually weird for working? It was my environment. If I surround myself with people that are always working, I'm like, damn, it's kind of weird that I'm not working right now. And I'm drinking mate right now. I mean, it's becoming more popular. Shout out to Rob the Bank and other people for promoting mate a lot. I don't know why I'm holding my mic, but hold on. So, best case scenario is living with people that you want to actually live with that are positive. Right now, I don't have people that I can trust like that. I mean, I definitely have a lot of people that I talk to online. But living with people, I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm gonna sign a lease with any some random, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, my environment with my family right now is really good. Way better than living by yourself. Way better than just like waking up, forcing yourself to work, having to cook all your food, having to clean all your dishes, having to clean the entire house. You basically have to do every single thing in the house. You know what I mean? Now, you know, my mom has somebody that cleans the house. She also cleans the house. She also likes doing the dishes. My dad cooks. I'm out here fucking chilling. And instead of the money going to some random that I don't even know that I'm paying rent for, it goes to my parents. And I'm also making more money because I'm putting more money into the business. I'm not paying them what I paid in rent, but I'm trying to pay like decently in that level. Because I know whatever I pay them, it's going to be an expense for my taxes. And it's literally going straight to their pockets. Not to some Bob. That's what they want you to do. They want you to pay rent to some Bob so that he can do whatever he wants. He wants to be a 50-door unit holder that, you know, now he can live his fucking life. I don't know, like, they just want you to rent, not own. That's what their goal is. They want you to peer pressure you to paying $2,000 in rent when you only make $3,000 a month. Like, they want you to spend all your money on just living. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to succeed. They just want you to stay the same and use all the money that you make on either taxes, rent, money. I mean, on taxes, rent, food, and entertainment. If you got anything left over, sure, just put it back into the business, into yourself. But you know what I mean? I don't really care now if anybody judges, because your judgment is false. You judging me is false. It's almost a judgment that you haven't even thought about. Why do you have this opinion that you need to live by yourself alone? You know what I mean? Like, ooh, you're so cool that you're out here like a robot. Because the real people know, if you haven't lived by yourself for a whole year, the real people know how it is. If you haven't, you can't judge at all. I mean, you can, because I don't even care if you judge me. But I know people that live somewhere, pay $3,000 a month, and they don't even like living there. Who's better off? Me actually liking where I live, way happier. I can actually socialize, not only with people, but with my family, with my parents, with my sister, with my family members. And, oh, Mr., I'm so cool that I live by myself. Yeah, I'm so bored, and I don't even like living where I live. I only live there because I think I'm going to make more money so I can actually, in the future, maybe live where I actually want to live. How do you know the future is granted? How do you know you're going to make it in the future? Not financially, but in the present. Are you going to be alive in the future? I know you have to make sacrifices, but at the same time, for success, there's certain things that you don't actually need. All you need to do is be consistent. A lot of people take the route that doesn't need to be taken. To be successful, you can be happy and successful. You don't need to be successful and destroy all your bridges, live unhappy, have an unhealthy body, and be a dickhead to everybody. I'm trying to show a path where you can be healthy, happy, help other people, inspire other people, and still make it. People choose these paths that they make up for success, but how everybody talks about is the journey, not the end result. It's the person you become that matters. That's why these crypto guys that make millions of dollars, I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying there's some people that make millions of dollars that they still haven't developed where they're happy. The money isn't what makes you happy. It's knowing how to use it to make you happy. Because, I actually like this car. I like driving in it. I like getting outside of it. I like how cool it looks. An apartment, bro, that shit is like lame. Like, maybe some people like living alone. I like living alone for like 6 months. But then after a year and 10 months, that shit got so freaking boring. Like, it's not even funny. Like, it's actually boring as fuck. And, people be like, oh, but if it's boring, that means all you could do is work and improve yourself. Yes, but at the same time, if you live with other people that are actually positive, not that they seem like it's going to be positive, that they're genuinely positive, then when you go to sleep, you feel safe, you feel happy, you feel uplifted. Not what you tell your friends or your family, like, oh yeah, he's such a great guy. But then every night, to yourself, what really actually matters, you're not actually happy. What's the point of telling everybody you're happy and then not actually being happy? Why not just actually be happy and you don't really care what other people think? You could tell them that you're happy. They can either believe you or they can not believe you. Because no matter, there's some people that you tell them you're happy and they're still going to think you're lying. So you're lying to them, telling them that you're happy, and then they think you're lying. So it's just like a lie on a lie. Like, it doesn't make any freaking sense. It should be you actually believe that you're happy. And then they can either believe you or not. It doesn't really matter what they think. You would hope that they believe you if it's somebody close to you. But that's all I was trying to say today. Yeah, basically, if your end goal is to just live by yourself and you have a good environment right now, don't take it for granted. You might have this idea that you have to prove yourself, that you have to, live on your own. If that's the case, if you just want to live on your own to just prove to yourself that you can, fine. But if you think that's actually going to make you happy or you're going to be all of a sudden cool, that's not the case. Like, it's way better to just live with people you actually like and save money. Not even saving money, like physically saving money. I mean, instead of spending money to Bob, oh, here you go, Bob, let me live in your little house, in your little unit. I give it to my parents, my business, myself. You know what I mean? Of course, society wants to tell you, all your hard-earned money, give it to Bob, the landowner. Of course they want you to think that. If society was promoting all your hard-earned money, put it to yourself, to your business, to your family. Oh no, you can't do that. That's weak. That's not good. How dare you give money to your own family and to your own business and to yourself instead of giving it to some random I never even met, which I don't even know what he would be doing with that money. Based on, current events, I really don't give a fuck about some Bob with money. Some president with money. They could be doing all types of weird shit with it. I'd rather have the money because I know I'm not going to do some weird shit with the money. I'm actually trying to help people with money. So that's why I'd rather have the money. Thank you very much. Let me take that shit back. I don't give a fuck because you don't really change my life, your opinion. Hopefully you're on the right path and this motivated you. I don't know why sometimes I'm like I'm like mean to the camera, but I'm not trying to be mean. But yeah, let me take my money back, put it in my own pocket, in my own family's pocket, in my own business's pocket. Thank you very much. Your opinion rejected. Your society's opinion rejected. That's why I'm making this video as well, because yeah, it has to be out there. It literally has to be out there. And hopefully you can really understand the different points of living, because it is super important. Your environment is super important. What your daily habits are is super important. What time you wake up, your schedule is super important. And don't fall for society's standards of what you should do or what success means. Oh, to be successful, you need to pay all your money for rent and kiss everybody's ass for the rest of your life. And maybe you'll be successful. Oh, let your boss do anything. Let your boss do anything for the promotion. Like, is it actually like that? Or they want to trick you to thinking it has to be like that, so you do all these things for them. Maybe they realize that promotion isn't really anything. You're not actually going to be happy. They give you that idea, so you do a bunch of shit for it, and then you're still not happy. It's all facade. You know what I mean? Kiss everybody's ass for money, but money as the end goal isn't really anything. And I actually think you can actually make $1 million business living with your family. Oh my God. Internet. You don't have to pretend to be somebody to be somebody. Oh my God. I know people that had a normal job, saved up like $50,000, moved into a penthouse, and not leased a car, but like financed a car, and started posting on YouTube, flexing his lifestyle, and he went broke. It wasn't until he actually started making valuable content that he got views and started making money. It wasn't about the flexing. It was actually talking to people one-on-one and giving them actual value. He could have been doing that anywhere. He could have been doing that in Bali. He could have been doing that in his family's house. He could have been doing that in a luxury house. He just chose that path, and then he started making videos. The way you're successful is making videos. But you can make videos in any sort of situation you're in. And you just got to realize that. So yeah, I hope this video gave you some valuable insight, and I'm going to be posting daily on this channel. So subscribe below and watch my next videos. I'll see y'all.